Gorgeous day in Detroit. It was pouring rain, I gotta tell you, but then Calvin Johnson walked out and it just stopped. The skies and the gods are upon us on this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. And I just got here and the energy is insane. Sitting next to Calvin Johnson, who has a smile on his face because this is not day one. This is day 3 of an insane weekend of celebrations. Tell me all about it.
Man, you know, like you say, it's day 3, but we started with our scholarship gala on Saturday. Yesterday, we also had our scholar conference on Saturday as well. And yesterday we had our camp where I brought out all the pros from all the different eras. I brought out celebrities from different industries just to pour into the kids, and we were able to dump into them. We're just hoping that they're able to take something home with them yesterday. And then we conclude today with our second annual golf outing here at DGC, just to conclude the fundraising weekend in order to continue this train of giving back and providing scholarships to youth, deserving youth in both Atlanta and Detroit.
And it is all hands on deck. Your family is involved with the foundation. You provide scholarships, backpacks. It's all about education and bringing kids up to be able to give them better opportunities. You're saying you dumped in, you poured into these kids. We're going to talk to Torrey Holt today. We're going to talk to Harry Delgas. Hall of Famer Randy Moss showed up, and he was talking to these kids as well. I want to know what you learned. What did you pick up? What kind of inspiration did you get from the kids?
Man, from the kids, you know, just to see them. And the first thing I told them when we went out there yesterday, if you give me great attitude and great effort, that's just going to encourage us to dump into you guys. And they gave it to us, you know. And it just reminded me of when I was at that age, and I was just trying to, you know, just play as hard as I can, be the best athlete that I can. And but I didn't have these guys that were trying to, you know, give me, you know, what it takes to play on the next level. I didn't have nobody trying to pour into me, give me detailed advice on how to get to the next level. So, you know, being able to do that and give that to these kids and seeing them soak it up, and I know that at some point they're going to take it full circle and they're going to be in a position where they're giving back, and that's what makes us happy. That's where the full gratification of what we're doing comes from.
What are your best? What's like your one thing of advice, and like one sentence, maybe one thought, one thing that you really want kids to know and to learn and to just like know that they can do it their way and still be successful?
You have to set a goal for yourself and understand that, you know, just because you set a goal for yourself, that there's going to be setbacks. You're just not like, every time I set a goal, I'm going to achieve it right away. You know, you gotta set a goal, you know, set a realistic plan and put it in place and achieve, and take action steps toward achieving that plan. No, it's not going to work out every time, but it don't matter. I mean, I failed, I got knocked in my face, hit the ground so many times, but, you know, I'm a Hall of Famer now, you know. So all I'm saying, I say that to say that it don't matter how many times you get knocked down. You just got to get up.
Yeah, and you always did, and you're a Hall of Famer, Pro Bowler, million-time All-Pro. Everyone still says Megatron. My makeup artist, I was like, Calvin Johnson, she goes, Megatron is here? Yes. And we're here to support you, and that must feel really good to feel loved. But we're also here because as much planning as goes into this, and as much as you knew everything that was going to go on, there was a bit of a surprise.
Oh, man.
You just found out moments ago, and you're acting very cool. You came right on set, but you were going to be in the Lions Ring of Honor. It's called the Pride of Lions, of course, along with Barry Sanders joining the ranks of the best Lions ever. How are you feeling about that?
Man, I mean, you saw me up there, man, as a tearjerker. I mean, I don't like surprises for that reason, man. You might catch me in my emotions. And they definitely did, man. Definitely had, shared a tear because I didn't see it coming. I wasn't expecting it, and it's just an honor. It is to be, celebrated, by my peers and by the city of Detroit. That's the honor. That
you got into the Hall of Fame. What makes Detroit honoring you a little bit special?
I've been to so many different cities, and Detroit, they have a true fan base. Not just for football, for baseball, for hockey. They're just Detroit fans through and through. And if you come to the city and you put down and you work your tail off, they're going to love you, and they pay attention. And that's what I love about them. They pay attention.
Yeah. I think when I heard the news, and I heard it yesterday, I was like, I can't wait to see this weekend or the day or the festivities because it's all about you. And I feel like your whole career was never all about you. You were always more quiet, reserved. You let your game speak for you. As a receiver of your caliber, like you could have wanted the camera and the spotlight all the time. How's that going to be for you that it's going to be, Hall of Fame, you got to hide behind Peyton Manning. You got to hide behind Charles Woodson, I think. Not this is going to be all you, all spotlight.
It's like you say, it's never about me. It's about the name on the back of my jersey. Whenever, that's a chip I carry on my shoulder. That's the one thing that, it's easy for me to keep pushing because I hold it on my back like, hey, you know, I can't fail because I know I have a little brother, a little sister, an older sister, all looking at me, looking up to me. Even though my older sister is older than me, they're all looking to me to do great things because I know it can inspire them to do great things, my family to do great things, and not just them, my fan base. So, you know, I do it for the name on the back of my jersey. I just want to, you know, do it right, do it to the best of my ability, and let my talent and efforts speak for themselves.
Let's think of the day. It's Pride of the Lions. It's there. Everybody's there. They're running your highlights on that big screen at Ford Field. What is the one game highlight that you better have on there?
Oh, man. Ooh, that's tough. I need to see all my sideline catches.
Okay.
I got some pretty sick sideline catches. I know Nate B, he brought up the terms, you know, toe drag swag, but he used it so much because he saw me doing it all the time in the game. That's why.
Yeah.
And then I have a couple catches, you know, from the one in Dallas and the one against Cincinnati where I caught it on, like, you know, several guys. Those are the ones that I love. You know, I caught one on Charles Woodson in the end zone and him and the safety. You know, I love those things because you saw Randy do it. I was like, I'm going to do that too when I get there. You
went into the hall with Charles Woodson, your colleague, your friend, your frenemy, your competitive guy. Yep. Randy Moss is here with you. You mentioned Nate B. I hope you can hear in your ear. He actually sent in a message for you this morning.
Oh, man.
Hey, yo, C, congratulations, man. This is incredible. We knew what would happen. I mean, it was inevitable because of the legacy that you left on the field. It was an honor to play with you. And I just love seeing you get your flowers, man, because you are a living legend. I can't wait to celebrate with you in person. We can take a couple shots, smoke a little primitive, you know, vibe out, man, like the old days. But enjoy.
Yeah, that's my dog, man.
Take it all in. This is what you work for, you know? This moment right here. Take care, brother.
Man, why y'all keep doing this to me, man? Dang, I told y'all I don't like surprises. That's awesome. That's awesome.
What do you want to say to Nate or about that?
Man, love you, dude. I can't wait till we hang out, dog. Sure, that's all, man. He know how it goes, man. We spend a lot of time together. Nate was one of my best teammates, man. That's my dog, man. We spent a lot of time together from Hawaii to his house here in Northfield. Like, man, that's my dog through and through.
He's your dog through and through, and he's so happy for it. I know he wishes he could be here today, but he probably didn't want to show up because you'd kick his ass in golf. Because you're out here. Let's stop the waterworks and start laughing here. You've got your golf classic.
Yeah.
You've been taking this, as I understand it, and I do my research, very seriously. You're hanging out with Fowler. You're getting tips from DeChambeau. How good's your golf game right now?
Golf game is hit or miss, man. I can play in the low 80s or I can hit a 90. You know, it's hit or miss, but I'm looking good. You know, I got some good energy. I went to play some live golf at the Pro Am Live Golf about a month ago in Nashville. You know, as you see me, I got my range ghost fit on. Yeah. So I got my black cat shoe. I'm looking styling today.
Okay,
I got the hat and everything. So
it's very fun.
I'm gonna look good out there.
It's very fun to watch you walking around running this. Like you're shaking hands, kissing babies, you're doing the whole thing, and it's all for a good cause. So we love being here to support you with that. You played golf also recently with Aiden Hutchinson. Mm-hmm. Okay, and he said that you don't have to say much, that just being around you is inspiring enough. What do you make of Aiden Hutchinson going into this season? Because it looks like he's got help off the edge, something I'm sure you would have wanted a little bit more of when you were playing for the Lions. But it's a strength on this team.
You know, they padded up the defense this year. You know, I just say defense wins championships, and our defense did a whole heck of a lot. And Aiden's done a whole heck of a lot since he's been in the league right now. I mean, the kid plays at an all-pro level. I mean, he's going to have a hell of a career as long as he's available, as long as he's healthy. I don't have no concerns about what Aiden's going to bring. If we get him help, I'm excited about what he's going to bring. I mean, the kid's set up to, you know, take down numbers, obviously here in Detroit for his position. Who knows what he could do just throughout the league as far as numbers, but I'm excited for the kid. He's young, he's healthy, and he's a great kid, good energy, happy kid, and, you know,
good golfer.
I told him I wasn't a good golfer when I started too, but you know, just keep playing.
Oh wow, Aiden, you gotta get that going. Calvin can't stop crying. This is a very emotional day that we're trying to bring out my best make you laugh stuff. It's not working. Tell me about the sponsors. Who do you want to shout out for this golf? We have our primitive.
Yes.
right here. You talk while I putting this on my elbows is what I'm doing so I don't feel anything. This is the best shit ever. Talk to me about your sponsors and, of course, Primitive.
Yes, of course. Yeah, Primitive Performance is we're definitely a sponsor for my event. But my presenting sponsors, I have the Detroit Lions. They're here supporting. I have Stiefel Financial here supporting. So those are my presenting sponsors. But I have so many different companies here, Soaring Eagle. I'm going to get in trouble probably if I start trying to go through the list and not mention everybody. So I might need to.
We'll make sure to get everybody out. We'll make sure to get everybody out there for Calvin Johnson, who's now going to be in the Pride of the Lions Ring of Honor. I'm trying to Oprah you so hard. Just keep crying, keep the tears coming. I wanted to ask you a little bit more about just your football career. I'm sure Matthew Stafford comes to mind when you get mentioned here to be in the Ring of Honor for the Detroit Lions. Did you happen to see the C.J. Stroud comments about him? So he recently said that he watches a little bit of Mahomes because you can't coach that, but he says he watches pretty much more Stafford than anybody else, and that he thinks that he's up there with the Bradys, and that if he had what Aaron Rodgers had, and I'm paraphrasing here, so CJ don't come for me, but that he would have won 3 or 4 rings. Your thoughts on that?
I knew when we were in Detroit that we had the team or the basic foundation of what it takes to win a Super Bowl. I ain't win a Super Bowl, so people are like, you don't know what it takes, yada yada yada. But I knew what it takes to win, and we had those pieces. We just needed a couple more pieces, maybe on the D line, and I felt like we were there. We got rid of Sue and all that stuff, and after that, that was kind of like when we were starting to rebuild at that point. And as I retired like a year after that or something like that. But a couple years before that, oh man, when we started to go to the playoffs, 11, 12, I think we had it down here 13, and we were starting to trend up. We 100% had the team, and we had a quarterback. Obviously, as you see, the first year he left Detroit, he went and did his thing there in L.A. So when he did that, that was just for us, just like that. Just to everybody was just like, we look around the locker room or when we see the guys, just like, yeah, we knew we had what it took. We knew we had the quarterback.
So what was missing? You're saying the D-line, or was it coaching? Was it culture?
Yeah, don't do that. Don't let me throw nobody under the bus, okay? I'm not for that.
Right.
But yeah, we had some missing pieces. We didn't have everybody that we needed on the team. And
but he is that good. People are surprised that CJ, young player, but offensive rookie of the year, no joke, is putting him up there in that like. Do you put him up there in that world? Yes.
I knew Matthew. I mean, we had we're going against the Aaron Rodgers of the world during that time, but I mean, Matthew had the best. Really, I thought Matthew had the best arm in the league. I mean, Matthew was out there probably breaking fingers with just throwing the ball. But he was so accurate.
Yeah.
He would allow me, just to, he would help me and I would help him. It was a very great mutual relationship that we had. Sometimes I had to make a play for him. Sometimes he'd just stick it on me where I couldn't help but catch it, and not just sometimes, more a lot of the times, And, when he first came to Detroit, obviously to me in the UJ, the Bulldog and all that, I didn't like him, just because of that reason. But it didn't take long to get over the fact that I was like, oh, this kid's arm, we're going to go a long way together.
I just miss you catching fades in the end zone. I just miss that. That was like my favorite.
Do they even do that anymore?
No, but you did that.
I don't see
every
that play
week.
no more, really. Like, for real. Like, goodness gracious.
Why isn't Stafford here? You think he'd be brushing up his golf game for retirement, but is that not coming anytime soon?
Nah, those quarterbacks, they always play golf, but, they're getting ready for camp. I know I was talking to Mike Disner here, saying they reported to camp next week. I was like, geez, it's already that time. But I guess it is mid to end of April or August. Is it August or July? I don't even know. It's July.
You don't know what date. It's July right now.
July, yes.
It's August
it's
somewhere.
It's all a blur. But, the end of July, they report early, the quarterbacks, the injured guys. So it's probably about that time for those guys. A lot of the guys for the Lions, I talked to a lot of the guys, but a lot of the guys, they're on vacation, trying to get that last vacation before they got to report for camp. So I get it. I could probably do it a little earlier, maybe next year, to get some of those guys.
I'm trying to think one thing that would keep the Lions back from going all the way this year. I can't think of it.
I mean, they padded the defense. The health. Lack of health.
That's it. Mm-hmm. So we're going to pray on that.
Yep.
We're going to send a bunch of this to the Lions so they stay healthy. You're going to send some primitive products. And listen, you got a lot to do. I appreciate so much you taking the time.
I appreciate you being here to support.
I can't believe you get to be in the Ring of Honor.
I appreciate you bringing this here to DGC. This is awesome.
Anytime.
Is awesome.
You're the best. Go enjoy. You're a pretty good golfer. You're going to get out there.
I'm going to get out there. I'm going to get out there today.
I pretend that I know what that means. I have no idea. No, I literally was like, I'm not golfing. That was a funny joke that you guys tried to make me golf.